Howdy. Yesterday I talked about the what I would do if I were president. Obviously, if I were president, I would probably be assassinated in my first term. Probably the first year of my first term, because like any major construction, there's going to be a lot of demolition that has to happen before you can get things put together and it be a good thing. And my approval rating would drop dramatically, as well as, you know, the fields of America will probably be gone down, because there's a lot of work you gotta do. You gotta take out the old stuff and in order to bring in the new. So that being said, this is kind of like gonna be a series I'm gonna do on the weekends, and I'm gonna talk to you guys about the healthcare system in America. Now, right now, as it sits, the healthcare system in America is a train wreck. But the realization is that it's been a train wreck all over the world, and it's now finally reached our shores. One thing I would do is I would revamp whatever you want to call it, Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, whatever it is, so that it would actually work. Take ER visits for an example. In an ER, there would be a $20 cover charge. You know, in order to get through that door, there's a $20 charge. Now, doesn't mean that they're gonna like have an usher at the door and ask them for the money. If you can't afford that $20 when you're in the door, you will get billed for that $20 later. That's what you would have to pay, regardless if you have insurance or if you're on state money or you're paying out of pocket. So when you step into the ER, my ER, you'll have a nurse, a doctor, a group of people, depending on the size of your area. Like my area, it might be a nurse and a doctor. It might just be a nurse, you never know. And they will assess the situation at hand. If you come in and you can't breathe and you're bleeding and you're unconscious, obviously you're gonna go right through that line. You're gonna be like, okay, we got this guy, and they're just gonna wave him through, because obviously he's emergent and needs care immediately. If you have like a problem that you're still awake and doing things, they're gonna check you out. They're gonna see if one of three things. One, this is an emergency situation that needs to be dealt with right now. Two, this is a situation that needs to be dealt with, but it's not emergent. We will now schedule you an appointment with the clinic using your healthcare provider to pay the bill, which means, you know, your doctor, you know, if you don't have a doctor, you know, if it's non-emergent and you don't have a doctor, they will do what they can do there. And three, which is my personal favorite, probably some ER doctor's personal favorite here, would be, this is non-emergent. This is non-emergent. You can treat yourself. This is what you need. Just pay your $20 and get out the door. You know. And I think there'd be a lot of threes in there. But with the advent of COVID and all that happy jazz, you know, and that's the sad thing about the thing is, yeah, there's a lot of influx on the people there, but the president who's in charge right now, kind of brought it upon himself by mandating a vaccine for healthcare workers, which means the healthcare facilities have to honor that mandate, which means there's a lot of nurses, a lot of doctors, a lot of professionals who understood their biology homework, who are looking at Fauci thinking this is all just a cash grab, and they look at them and say, you know, I don't necessarily have to be doing this job I'm doing, and they step off, or they go somewhere where they're a little more lenient on it. It's like, okay, this is a free clinic. We ain't gonna give you a mask mandate, or not a mask mandate, but a vaccine mandate, and you get paid directly from, you know, the consumer. And those places are doing very, very well, and they'll have a big old influx of people. But then again, so there's a lot of people moving to different spots where it's easier to do the profession they did, and there's a lot of people that's like, well, you know, I don't necessarily have to be doing this profession. And just because that, there's only a certifiable amount of beds that you can have in a hospital, and then you have the influx, which is causing the train wreck that we're seeing right now. And that's what I would do. The $20 cover charge would pay for the staff who's going to be running that show. If there's a lot of people, then you're going to have a bigger staff, obviously. If you're smaller people, see, I'm always thinking about where the money's coming from that's going to be paying for these things. That being said, that was my spiel for today. Probably next weekend I'll start talking about other things that I would do. Maybe, I don't know. I just thought about this if I were president, and it's one that would be longer than 5 minutes. Well, we made it clear to the end of this video, so we are going to give you a word. I put this word at the end of the video, and if you leave it in the comments, it lets me know that you made it clear to the end of the video. So today's word is lamp. If you can put lamp somewhere in the comments below, I'll know that you made it clear to the end of the video, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.